Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Here in front of me is the updated 2024 Ford Raptor. It brings some important changes to one of the most niche vehicles on the market today. And yes, while the 720 horsepower V8 R has largely overshadowed the original EcoBoost, I just want to find out if this base version of the truck still carries the core of what makes the Raptor so much fun. So let's go for a drive. All right, we're gonna start off in sport mode. We've got a couple corners coming up, and yeah, the suspension tightens up a little bit. We've got a ton of drive modes here. Most of them are for off-roading, which unfortunately I won't be doing today. The last truck I had from Ford, they explicitly told me not to go off-roading, so I'm just gonna err on the side of caution here. A street drive. I feel like most Raptor miles are on the street, so it's only fitting. All right, slippery, we've got tow haul, we've got sport, and then a couple other off-road modes. But we'll start in sport. So, the basics here. Yeah, we've still got the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 under the hood that's been in the Raptor since about 2019 and kind of got, like I mentioned, overshadowed by the Raptor R. All right, first things first, we are going to do a bit of a 0 to 60 run here. Floor it, waiting. By 3, turbos get hot. Not bad. Oh, another thing, those paddles, the same nice metallic paddles, some of the best sounds in a truck. Of course, we still have the locking rear differential. That's a lot of fun if you want to go off-roading, do that. For auto, we've got 4 high, 4 low, and like I said, a bunch of other of those drive modes. 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you plan on actually buying a Raptor, don't drive the R and then get into this. You will be disappointed, not only by sound, but just by the raw torque of the vehicle itself. The Raptor R is a very twitchy, manic kind of like, it wants to jump out of its own skin at every given moment. The standard Raptor here, for better or worse, doesn't do that. It's very well mannered in everyday scenarios, although, especially with these 37s, when you get your foot into it, especially if you're just in two-wheel drive mode here, yeah, it will have fun. It's playful. So we've got these drive modes, but we can also, of course, play with individual settings on the steering wheel here. Your R button on the left here, that's your custom mode. But at any time on the fly, you can just adjust your exhaust back into quiet, which is very quiet. On the Raptor R with the V8, it's impossible to tame that thing. People get angry at Raptor owners. We got so many dirty looks shooting yesterday as well. And then, of course, you've got your suspension modes. The first big change that this new model year has made is these new Fox dual live valve dampers. So it is an evolution of what has been in the Raptor since 2019. The difference here is that instead of variable compression, only variable compression, we have variable rebound. So more body control, a little bit more body control both on and off road. So, I mean, the standard Raptor, both the Raptor R and when I drove the standard EcoBoost years ago, they both have incredibly comfortable rides. It's the same here. I would have to drive them back to back to really feel the difference, especially on road here, but off-road it should help as well. The compression, a lot of the ride quality with the tires, especially with these big heavy 37s, and the rebound helps control the body a little bit. That's the big change. To get those shocks, you do have to spec what I call the performance pack. Ford calls it the 2670XB package. I don't know, the naming's ridiculous. It's the performance pack. You get that on the interior here. That gives you a bit of this carbon trim, and that's about it. The standard Raptor has everything you need. Oh, and the Recaros. Forgot about everything. These Recaros, super comfortable. I've been accustomed to them because they are in the Raptor R as standard. And there's some more stuff that comes with that package that I'll get to when I come to the exterior. So So starting price here in Canada is $106,000 for the Raptor. As tested here, $126,000 Canadian or $94,000 USD. So it's a steal compared to the Raptor R. That was about $23,000 Canadian more than this. Yeah, still has the 10-speed auto. When we're in sport, the truck behaves how I would expect a Raptor to behave. The throttle tightens up a little bit, and you get a little bit more feel for what the turbos are doing. If you leave it in normal, the 10-speed tends to be a little bit lazy for fuel economy. It just makes sense, right? But it is a little bit lethargic. It really makes you want that downshift before it gives it to you. It does not give it up easily. 510 pound-feet of torque is all of the torque you'll ever need. It's all the power you'll ever need. And it does exactly what you need it to do. I mean, the truck is floaty, it pitches, it dives, it leans in the corners, especially on these 37s. You hear the tires squeal. And it's fun when you're not driving off-road, when you're not pushing it. It feels like a cohesive package. Raptor is a brand. It does not just feel like a trim package, even here in the standard truck, which I love about this thing. But let's get outside. I'm gonna show you the rest of the changes that have been made for this model year, a bunch of stuff in the exterior, and then we'll come back in here. Okay, so a few important updates to the Raptor. Now, it's nothing huge other than the dampers, which I mentioned, the shocks, I should say. We've got some extra graphics, some on the rear fender and then some on the hood here. And then the front grille is completely different here. So the headlights have been switched up. Instead of these lights connecting here in this shape, they're a little bit separated. That is noticeable when you look at the truck, especially at night, especially when compared to the Lightning, and especially when compared to a lot of other trucks. Either have this like this L, or they have a full kind of boomerang shape. They've separated that. They've also integrated the headlight a little bit further into the grille. So the grille looks like it's kind of meshed in and molded in with the lights a little bit more, and the grille itself is a little bit different. We still have all of these running lights, the same distinct orange. So if you option that performance pack or that add-on pack, like I was mentioning, you get this, what Ford calls the modular bumper here. And this enables us to attach a few different accessories. Theoretically, you should be able to now put a winch on the front here. Ford doesn't really explicitly state that, but there is a light bar that they do offer from the factory. And then right here below, these rigid lights here, the bumper's been carried up here on the edges, the end caps, so that it exposes a little bit more of the tire, kind of gives it just a more aggressive look. And it is tough to make the Raptor look more aggressive than it already was, but somehow just these little changes make it stand out that much more, especially if you get the 37-inch tires, which this pack gets you. So this one's effectively fully spec'd out without getting the V8. And you've got newly designed wheels down here, beadlock capable. 37's just ridiculous. Not as much road noise as I would have expected, but they do contribute to kind of the soft nature of the truck. I mean, it's just, the presence of this thing on the road is something else. And these small tweaks just make it a little bit more usable and less of a one-trick pony. This could be, in my opinion, your daily for sure. But let's get back in and finish up the drive. It's kind of fun as well. Sometimes I'll just stick it in Baja mode with the dampers, and yeah, speed bump cheat code. You can hit them at like 90. It's amazing. It is so great. It really does give you a bit of confidence that you really haven't deserved. Unearned confidence. That's exactly what the Raptor is. Yeah, I mean, you can fit 5 people incredibly comfortably in here. You've got 2 USB-Cs back there, heated seats. Up here, we've got heated and cooled seats. And it's really quiet, really comfortable. And something you don't get in the Raptor R is the double moonroof. Allows in a little bit more light, which is nice. I mean, it has all of the kind of nerdy info that you might want to tell your friends about, compare notes, all the telemetry comes up on the dash, your pitch, your roll, and some of the infotainment. Here, when I go and change where the air is coming out, I hit the physical button, which is good, I love that, but then it brings up a digital menu on the touchscreen to then where I have to actually plug in exactly what I want and then hit close, and then you go from there. So it's a little bit of an annoying combination of buttons and touchscreen. They're stuck in the middle. Get it together, Ford. Fix what's there. I mean, even just being in this thing like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it feels like it has no business having this much power. Yeah, we still get the traction control light coming on. Uphill, coming out of corners, rear wheel drive. Yeah, it's still, it's punishing those tires regardless, just not as much as the R. Dang it, it's fun. It is so much fun. Steering's good, not a ton of feel, but you're not expecting that. You've got so many components, tire, suspension in between the road and you. Sport mode helps a little bit and bring some of that through. What it does really is just bring out some of the smaller bumps and crushes a little bit of the lean, but not really. You still get overall in all of the drive modes a ton of pitch and dive, and it's a lot of weight here. A couple of turbo noises too. If you've got the radio off, if you got the noise off, there's a bit of a blow-off noise. That's cool. There it is. That's the updated Raptor. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button. It really helps us out. We'll see you soon.